Howdy, hi there, friends and neighbors. Who remembers that one? Howdy, hi there. Okay, so this is my daughter's back. It's Caroline. Howdy. So today, because it's Taco Tuesday, we are going to make taco seasoning from scratch. So a lot of times, you know, it's just easy to pick up those packets and stuff, but you never know what additives are in there and all that, you know, the yucky stuff that you don't necessarily need in your body. So we like to make it from scratch, and let me tell you, it's super simple. So Amy Proteinitis with my daughter Caroline, and let me just show you what she's doing here. She's browning the meat. Here she is, browning the meat. And at our house, we don't do a lot of red meat. We eat a lot of white meats, you know, the turkey and the chicken and stuff like that. We don't eat a lot of beef or pork, so we use ground turkey. But you can use whatever meat you want to. This seasoning is all-purpose, goes on a lot of different stuff. So super simple, like I said. And I'm actually going to measure a little bit. I don't always measure, and it makes for interesting meals. When why is she laughing? So I got my trusty mixing bowl, and a super simple recipe on all recipes, and it calls for chili powder, and we use this really awesome chipotle chili. It's just got a little extra flavor to it, so it's really good. And it says, oops. This is why I don't have my own real cooking show, is because I spill everything everywhere. All right, so here is a tablespoon of okay. Tablespoon of the chili powder. And ooh, it's got kind of a, there's kind of a, here, smell. It's kind of a smoky flavor to it. It's really nice. So a tablespoon of chili powder, a quarter teaspoon of garlic salt. Now I didn't have just, garlic powder. I didn't have just straight garlic powder. I've got this garlic salt. So I'm gonna use it for both this part and the salt part. So the recipe has them separated, but when you don't have the separation, because it's a teaspoon of sea salt, so I'm gonna put in, if you guys could just see my measuring. So there's the garlic salt. And then the next thing is onion powder, and we got a big old thingy of onion powder, and that says a quarter teaspoon, because that was a quarter teaspoon. And then red pepper flakes. We like ours a little bit spicy, not terribly spicy, so you just want to kind of put that in there according to your taste. The recipe says a quarter teaspoon, and I put in a little bit more because we like ours a little spicy. Freudian slip on that one, yes. Say hello, let me know you're watching. I see a few people on, and that's really fun. And leave a comment below. I love it how nobody yesterday said anything about how spastic my hair was. But then two friends said, oh, but that's quarantine hair. So I like that. Got my quarantine hair on again. Okay, but see, Caroline does it. Caroline has that hair that's just that soft, silky, it'll do whatever. It's just amazing. All right, so then, put my hand in some extra chipotle powder. All right, okay, oregano. So dried oregano. Oopsie, don't have the dried oregano. But you know what's really fun? I have fresh oregano outside. So, Caroline, why don't you entertain the people while I go grab some. Show them what you're doing.
Hello. Flakes. This is break. Where do I put this? Okay, I'm just gonna put it right there. Using this one. I'm just flipping this. It was frozen, so we put in warm water to unthaw it a little, but it's still frozen, so I have to flip it, and then I'm just scraping the meat off the frozen parts, and chopping it up a little so it's not one big piece. Kind of takes a while.
Isn't she awesome?
He's scary.
I scared her. Okay, so went out to the duck and got some fresh oregano. So here it is. So I am gonna just put in the leaves, not the stems. Sometimes I'll chop up the stems and stuff, but a friend of mine showed me, I'm all about life hacks and stuff. So she just showed me a quick way to get leaves off of, instead of, you know, pulling each individual leaf and stuff, take it at the top and slide your, it worked really well with her, slide it down the opposite way, and it gets the leaves off really easily. Really easily. And then you have a stick. Okay, let me do another one. Okay, so see, grab it at the top, and then you go slide, for real? You slide it right down, and you get the leaves off. Somebody please laugh at me or something. Give me some indication that you're here, and this is bringing you some kind of value, if nothing other than comedic value. So anyway, so there's that. All right, so that was the oregano. Ooh, that's so nice. I mean, fresh makes such a huge difference. It's just so much more fragrant when it's fresh. I'm actually gonna put a little bit more in there. Okay, so after the oregano is paprika, and we've got that. So we've got paprika, and how much of that? A half teaspoon. Here's my half teaspoon. Because if you don't make the noise, then it doesn't happen. And your measurement is all off, so you have to make the noise. Cumin, 1.5 teaspoons of ground cumin. Okay, see? Yep, there it is. 1.5 teaspoons of ground cumin. Salt we've already got, and black pepper. I'm not gonna put the pepper in. And then you carefully stir it. This is me carefully stirring it. See, there it is. And see, she's got, especially with turkey, ground turkey, you really do need a little bit of extra liquid in there. Here we go. And then watch how gracefully this happens. Ta-da! Taco seasoning. There it is. So this, you'll just mix it around in there. Actually, I think we'll add a little bit more water to help that along. And there you have it. So that's taco. That's getting the taco meat going. Now I am going to turn it back over to dear Caroline, who is going to show you how to do guacamole. She makes the best guacamole ever. All right, you ready, Freddie? Yeah. Okay, so we'll sit you up here, and I'll put this down a little bit so that people can see what you're doing. Yeah, that's fine.
Not that tall.
She's the shrimp of the family.
So, but yeah, I have 2 avocados. Normally we use more, but we only have 2 right now. So.
Do you want me to cut the onions? She's a wimp and she doesn't like to cut onions, so I always have to cut the onions.
I just use my thumb to get it out because when it's good and ripe, it just comes out. And my first one, I always keep the pit in because why do I keep the?
It doesn't oxidize as much,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it turns brown slower. I mean, it still turns brown, but it turns brown slower than if you don't have the pit in there. And I don't know why. So any of you scientists who can explain why it doesn't oxidize as fast with the pit, that'd be awesome. Talk real clearly.
And this is the second one, which I am going to take the pit out of because
Louder and clearer.
Sorry.
And there is just no easy way to cut an onion I mean, I'm used to it, so I don't cry and stuff, but there's just no easy way. So,
Can you, or
mash, yeah, I'll do that. Where are you going? We're still learning how to be sous chefs together. Where are you going?
now I'm just mashing these up. You don't have to mash them up all the way, but because sometimes it tastes good when you have little chunks of avocado. Just work around the pit. Okay, that's it. Then
you move your mother over.
cut the tomato. For 2 avocados, I'm gonna use half a tomato because full tomato is gonna be a little bit too much.
How much onion should there be?
That one was small, so
Like half an onion?
yeah.
Okay. And you know what? That Cutco knife works really well.
Huh?
The Cutco knife. I'll show you. The one with the funky handle. That works really great. So, plug for Cutco. Those are really awesome. See what I mean? So you have to be super careful that you don't cut your fingers. And remember what I said yesterday, those of you who are watching, where you use the back side of the knife. We gotta back this up a little bit. There we go. Use the back side of the knife to scrape off your cutting board, because when you use the sharpened side, it actually dulls your knife to scrape it on the cutting board like that. So, just, yeah. So, there's that onion. All right, and what else? Ooh, wee, Jimmy Joe.
The cumin and coriander.
Okay, cumin and coriander.
So
There's coriander. I just told the people to use the unsharpened side of the knife. All right, so there's your cumin and coriander. And then we leave you off camera. Well, thank you for the heart, for the thumbs up. That's awesome.
You don't want to use this again because it breaks the. It's just, yeah. You're mixing it in like dough, kind of. You're folding it, and then I'm gonna use a whole lime because the lime tastes really good in guacamole. We have a juicer. I'm gonna use. What, a juicer?
Oh, or the fun one.
That's what I was.
The handle one. Oh, here's the handle one. This makes you look more like a chef. So you can use either one. We've got a jar thing, so you put it on top and you go, and the juice all falls down in there. But you look more official when you use one of these guys. And we want to look official and fancy, because we're fancy.
You just squeeze it on and I'm just gonna put half one in for now and see what it tastes like.
And your salt out of your
yeah.
fancy salt cellar.
So you take the coriander and you just kind of eye it because
Is this my child or what? This is how we measure. You just kind of go like that.
you eye it because there's not really a certain amount you need to put, but put about that much in.
I love it. See, the other thing about working together in the kitchen is while one is cooking, the other is putting things away. So cleanup is a lot faster.
And you take a pinch of salt and just put it in there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add the other half the lemon, or lime.
The green thing.
And then the parsley,
Oh, cilantro.
or cilantro, whichever one.
Which I'm getting from the deck.
I don't really like it. She just likes to put it in here, so just do that. Oh, the onion is strong. Yeah. And you might need to add a little bit more salt or coriander and cumin. Once you taste it, you can add whatever more you like.
Where are you? Where am I going? Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna cut it a little bit. So, and yesterday another thing that I said was I like to use the stems on some stuff. Now earlier with the oregano I didn't because the stem of oregano is really woody. So with cilantro and parsleys and stuff like that, you can chop up the stems really finely, and they still add just a ton of flavor, but you don't want sticks, you know what I mean? So, all right, there's that in there. What else?
That's it.
That's it. So there you have your Taco Tuesday meal. Yay! The crowd goes wild. How's it taste? Good. So good? All right, I gotta taste it. See, now if we had smell-o-vision, this would be like so awesome because I mean it looks beautiful, and that's what I love about good guacamole. Okay, let's see, show ya. Thanks for the thumbs up. See that? Isn't that lovely? And look at that. Isn't that lovely? Okay. Taco Tuesday for you too. Yes, Carolina. Awesome. Okay, so we have our guacamole, and we have our meat, our taco meat, and we have our tortillas. We got tortillas. We got our taco shells. So we are ready to go. We're gonna chop up some fresh tomatoes and some lettuce and have some shredded cheese. And I think we're out of Corona. But thankfully we don't have Corona here at this household. But anyway, thank you for joining us. And come here, sweetie. Join us again sometime in the near future. We're gonna do scampi because that is this one's favorite food. And it's really easy. Yeah, there she is again. It's really another easy dish, and I'm all about easy and tasty. So thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.